Okay, so we've now got the assist and regen limit flags working in the car, and that seems to work quite well. So what's happening, you can see here we've got the gauge, and it's coming up slowly because I've just turned it on. So it's going to come up to 19 bars, which is the standard 75% state of charge level that the BCM interceptor is setting it at. And once it gets there, I'll show you a few things. So just back to here to the screen here. There's now a startup delay before any checks are carried out to allow the LTO CAN voltages to be gathered. It can take several seconds for all the CAN bus blocks to get scanned and for all the voltages to be accumulated. So if you do the checks immediately, then you'll obviously get an error straight away. So it waits about 5 or 10 seconds before it does starts doing the error checking. And we still have the error loop counter, so this is flashing very occasionally to tell me there's been a very brief communication blip, the red light. Several of those have to occur in succession, or you have to have several errors basically in succession for an actual error will be triggered, just to help sort of weed out any glitches. So you can see it's chugging away quite happily, ticking over here at the minute. The cells are reasonably charged. So I can push them up above 2.6, which is my limit, very easily, so that helps for demonstrations. So if I go to the CAN screen, which is just a left press of the button there, so you've got the flag control now, so you can set these or clear these at your leisure. If they are set by the OBD2 CNC itself, then you have to manually clear them for the moment. I may put an automatic clearing routine in due course, but not at the moment. It also, if you set these flags now, it does suppress the high RPM charge, which I was thinking about from yesterday. So what happens is, I'll just demonstrate. So I'll go back to the main screen. So I can control assist and regen, as you would expect. So there's some assist, and if I put some regen on, so what I'll do is I'll put some regen on. That's only a very small amount of regen. What I'll do is I'll actually put some revs on, put 20 amps of regen on, and you'll see that that pushes that very quickly, and as soon as it goes over 2.6 we get the regen limit flag, and the regen falls away rapidly to a very low level. So that sort of helps protect the, so if you were that seems like the best way probably of doing that. So just command the regen flag. Now I can't possibly command, if I press manual regen now, we get nothing because the regen flag is preventing that regen. So until I clear that flag, I can't command any further regen. And the same basically with assist. So I'll clear that flag manually, so go left to go to the flags, and I can see that I need to press left again to clear that. Sends the command to the IMA CNC, which then pulls down the line on the BCM interceptor inside the MCM. So if I set the assist limit flag this time, which is up, and if I go back, now by setting the assist limit flag, I'm basically telling the car that the battery's empty, so the SOC gauge will tick right down to 1 bar, just to sort of give you an indication on there as well. So you can see back on here we have the assist limit flag indicator here. So if I try and command assist, I get the A, but I get obviously no response from the system because it won't allow any assist at this time. So that seems pretty good, really. I'll go clear that. So if you go back down here, if you clear the flags, then the SOC gauge will go back up to its normal 75%. So you can see at the minute the assist limit flag is on, and it will try and background charge with the assist limit flag on, but again, as soon as the voltage goes over the, well, it'd be a very rare occurrence for you to have both flags set at the same time, assist and regen limit, because that would indicate sort of extremes of voltage at both ends, weirdly. But if you do have that scenario, what happens is that when either flag is set, or both, as soon as both flags are set, then assist and regen are both disabled. So I'll just clear the ALF flag here, so which is down. I haven't got my head around the keys yet. And go back to the main screen, and there we are. the regen will fade away because the gauge will now tick back up to 75%, which is 19 bars. So if you activate the regen limit flag, it sets the gauge to 20 bars, which is obviously completely full, and you can't regen any further, even with manual. So if at the moment with no flag set, I can command assist, or I can command regen. So yeah, that seems to work quite well. I found an easier way to connect the two devices together in the back. We have the IMA CNC plug and play slave board, and it has the programming header, the DAT and the clock pins, and basically you connect those directly to the DAT and the clock pins on the BCM interceptor header, just using a simple 2 wires, and that seems to work quite well. So that's what we are at the minute. I've got to go shopping today, get some essential supplies, so I will do a brief road test and I shall report back on that later. But software certainly seems to be getting something like right now.